Hello everyone and welcome back to another Miscellaneous Monday. Today we're going to be looking at the Shinkalion Change the World 500, and forgive me if I mispronounce this, Kodama. I'm sorry again, but yeah. But anyways, before we get started, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below which style video or what else you'd like to see in a video, especially for Miscellaneous Monday. So here we have, I'm just going to refer to this guy as 500 in his very lovely bullet train mode. Like, honestly, if you wanted a modern day rail racer, you get him and the other two mostly blue ones, and you would have a pretty decent looking one. So, but yeah, looks very good. So close up on all that detail. Focus, thank you. Get the nice black with the gunmetal, not gunmetal, just a flat gray, if I could think of words, and a little bit of silver for the cockpit. The top of the locomotive is done in this kind of almost a baby blue type color. Yeah. So, but you do get the focus JR West 500 Japan. So, yeah. And you get the nice gray stripe followed by the blue underneath it. So, if I had to critique this alt mode a little bit, I just wish this wheelbase was set up just a little bit more. But other than that, it looks really solid. And he does roll, buttery smooth. So there is all of that. And for a real quick size comparison, here we have G2 Sideswipe. So you can see he's a decent sized locomotive. So there is all of that fun stuff. Now, he does come with 3 accessories. He comes with the combined mode foot and waist with a sticker. So, and this is rotated the wrong way. You get the combined mode fist and the knee guard with a sticker. So what can you do with all this? Well, if you haven't watched my other 2 videos, what you want to do is take the foot, prop it up. Oop, nope, we don't want to slide it offset. Take the fist, rotate this panel underneath it, then take the knee guard, and you got 2 ports going into those 2 pegs. So just line that up, plug that together. Then using that tab, it will go into the slot just under the pin. So slide that in, then using this square hole going into that section right in there. And you have a very ridiculous looking storage, but it kind of works. Sure. Yeah. So, yeah, just set that off to the side 90% of the time. So, but enough about this very nice alt mode. Let's get down to transformation. So, first things first, remove the wheelbase and set it off to the side. You will not be using it for the remainder. Then come to right where this slit is and get your nail in there and try to get these panels off. Then you want to separate it right here. So wiggle the legs free and then just, plug them back in right there. Then take these panels, double hinge them back. Take out the arms, set those off to the side for now. Go ahead and split the legs and bring them out 1 click. Fold down the feet on the ball joint hinge combo and go ahead and angle them. So do the same thing for this side. And there is a pair of feet. You might have to angle him forward just a little bit so he can stand. And speaking of standing, I got to raise on up. So, and that should be good. All right. So for the rest of this, you want to go ahead and flip up this panel, flip that up. So that way you can drop down the front of the train. Go ahead and rotate the head 180. Flip down that panel, push this down. And you are almost done. You want to take the arms, go ahead and separate them, and make sure that the screws are facing backwards. So focus, thank you. This is the back, so you want to go ahead and plug the screws like this. So again, screws facing back. Then take the arm, bring it down, rotate it so the elbow and fist and all that is oriented properly. Do the same thing for this side. Then taking these panels, and you're going to be using, you got 3 sets of pegs. So this one is for combined mode, that is for locomotive, and that is for robot mode. You'll be using the more stuck out peg. I guess you could say it's a stuck up. Tough crowd. Okay. Plug them onto the shoulders, and there you go. There you have 500 in his robot mode, and it looks so good. I don't know what it is that this thing just looks so much better than all the other ones I own, but it just does. So close up on that head sculpt. So focus. Thank you. Get the nice yellow for the eyes outlined in some black. You get like two different shades of blue. Get this nice Optimus Prime blue for his cheeks, along with this kind of baby blue, some silver and black, and a little bit of silver outlining his face. So yeah, looks good. You get some more stickers on the forearms. Get a sticker right in that abs section. Don't know. There you go, right there. And you also get stickers for the inside of his legs. So now, thankfully, when you do apply the stickers, they do mold it in such a way so you know, like, oh yeah, this is right where this one goes and all that. So kudos on Takara, I gotta say. But anyways, for articulation, the head can look up, can look down. You get full 360, get a little bit of side to side, full 360. Arms move out that far, bicep rotation, over 90 degrees of elbow bends, nothing at the wrist. You get waist, legs move forward, move back, full splits and then some, thigh rotation, 90 degrees of knee bend, and as I said before, the feet are on a ball joint hinge combo, so you get all the way up, get a little bit down, and you get a little bit of ankle tilt with rotation, so not too bad. So, and stand for a real quick size comparison. Here we have G2 Sideswipe, so you can see he gets pretty tall, so there is all of that fun stuff. Now, what can you do with this stuff? Well, you can do one of like 2, 3 things, whatever. You can plug it on using that joint right here and just, doing something like that, but then that makes him super back heavy. So you can also utilize this peg and plug it onto the forearm, plug it into the hand, or, utilize those, make it a weird looking hammer, whatever you can do. I kind of wish there was a peg like right here, because that would have been, really good, but oh well. It is what it is, so you can just leave it off to the side. So, but there is more to this guy, so you can do torso mode and leg and arm mode. Separate things, but they can combine. So to get him into his torso mode, you want to go ahead and just pop off the arms, and then just basically break his arms down into the separate components and just return them to the alt mode, while also I'm getting ahead of myself. Rotate these around, get these back into their alt mode configurations. Then go ahead and separate the waist, take the legs off and set those off to the side. They will be utilized later. So if you want to come to this section, just remove that. And then just drop the torso down right onto that black piece. So there is that. Then you want to take the waist and split it. Make sure not to fling things around. Then these will just plug onto the sides of the waist to kind of extend it out. So there is your torso nearly done. So go ahead and take these panels and just plug them right back on. So plug these back on. Then you want to grab your fist. Itchy nose. Got her. So you got those 2 slots going into those 2 pegs. So get that lined up. Now, on this copy, it doesn't stay too terribly well. Of course, now it's going to make a liar out of me. But for the fists, just go ahead and combine them up. And then they will just grab onto those 2 peg holes, or those 2 pegs. And there's your torso. Now, what you do with the feet, and I'm going to grab Dr. Yellow's arm real quick. So you would, which one is it? It is this one. So you want to fold this up, and then you would just plug this on, make sure the foot is straight, plug that on, and flip that around, and that would be for, any other weapons. He does come with a vehicle, or you can, order these guys separately if you want to. But yeah, he comes with a vehicle that you can use for the combined mode. You just flip this down, and I'm just gonna grab the thing, and you will be utilizing a focus. This section right here. So whenever it's in its combined mode weapon, which I will show later, you would just plug that on, and there is that. So set these off to the side for right now. So yeah, to get this plugged on, just to give you a idea. All right, so I'm going to return this guy to his robot mode, and I will show you the leg and arm mode. So be right back. All right, here we have him back in his basic robot mode. So to get him into his arm and leg mode, you want to start by, again, ripping off the arms. The poor guys just get their arms ripped off quite a bit. Then you want to go ahead and split the waist, and we will focus on these later. Actually, no. We also want to take these sections and then just set the arms off to the side for right now. So, all right. So for this, fold up the feet. Then just take this panel, and you will be double hinging it around. You got a peg with a slot right in the center, just above the ball joint. So get that plugged in, fold that up, make sure it is straight, flip that around, then just combine the feet together. Then you want to bring in your combined mode foot, and you would just be plugging this section into right there. So plug that in, flip down the toe, and you also want to get the shin guard thing, and you got those two ports or two pegs going into those two pegs. You know what I mean. Try not to make this video too terribly long for y'all. I don't think it's going to be a success, but we shall see. All right, come on. There we go. Then you want to take these sections, and this time you'll be using the shorter peg, and just plug it onto the side of the foot. Plug that in. Sometimes they don't want to stay together until you get them both together, paneled on for some dumb reason. And there is your foot. Set that back there. So bring in the rest of the stuff. So for the head, just open this up, return it more or less back to its alt mode configuration. So rotate that around, flip this all back, push down the back panel, push down this one, and then just bring this section down and rotate it depending on which side you want him. I'm just going to go ahead and rotate it for the right shoulder? Yeah, right. Something. Left and right, whatever. So go ahead, and there is a panel focus right here on each side. So you just want to flip that out. Return the arm to its alt mode configuration otherwise. So flip that out. Then just rotate these back. You want to go ahead and combine them. Make sure the stuff is straight. And then plug on the fists, the combined mode fist. And depending on which side you want, you rotate the panel accordingly. I'm going to have him as this side. So then combine this together, and you would be done with this figure if he didn't need the leg for the other guy. But otherwise, this is your combined modes. So not too shabby. So now, as I did mention, he does have a vehicle of sorts, so I will get him back into his base robot mode again, and I will show that off. So I will be right back. All right, here we have him back in his base robot mode for the umpteenth time. But like I said, he does, at least if you get the 2-pack or buy them together. So they sold them separately and then as a 2-pack, if that makes sense. But here we have him with, and according to Hobbylink Japan, this is Eldar type Jinki. Okay, sure. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, I have no idea what this thing is supposed to be, honestly, because the original mold of this guy, that was easy. That was a forklift with a pallet already on it. This one, yeah, that's not any type of forklift I've ever seen. But he does have a lot of stickers like sticker, paint for the eyes. I don't know, I'm guessing they're eyes. It looks like eyes to me. But he gets some nice silver paint down here as well with a sticker and sticker high. And stickers right there, those orange pieces. So I kind of wish that they did a little bit of silver right here. And I might paint that myself. We'll see. So yeah, otherwise it does look pretty nice. Now as far as articulation, these claws can move up and down. They can move up and down. And this whole thing can move up and down if that's something that you want. So yeah. But anyways, let's go ahead and start the combining process. So you want to just basically rip everything off that can be ripped off within the English. You know what I mean. Anyways, rip this piece off, take these sections, rip those off, keep that straight. Take that, slide it out, put that down right there, don't you dare. Go ahead and split this, rotate these around, come to the back wheels, flip those down, and there is one foot. Do the same thing for this side. So get this foot down, and I'm just going to go ahead and angle it. And there you have everything mostly. Oh, one more thing you got to rip off. Just go ahead and flip this around, and there. Now we got everything ripped off. For this guy, you'd mainly just want to rip his legs off. Then you're going to be replacing them with these. And he does get a pretty substantial height boost. So then you want to come to his crotch guard and plug that on. So get that plugged on. Then this section, just make a semi-claw right here. Just plug this onto the side of the form. It's got a peg. And there is pretty much him done. For the rest of the parts, you will be bringing in the combined mode stuff. So let's start with the ground up. So make sure that is flipped up. Rotate that around. We're good there. Take the feet. Turn them into their combined mode configuration. So get that. More specifically, his foot mode. So flip this all around. Combine these together. Combine that together. Go ahead and put that on. Then take this section and you'll be plugging in right here. You've got two ports, those two pegs on top. So get that plugged together. Then take the fist. You want to make sure that the top of the fist is fully covered, and you'll just be plugging those into those ports right there. So get that plugged together. Then come to this section, bring these in. You got focus, please, thank you. Tab and tab going into port and port or slot. So plug that in and plug this in. Nope. Get that plugged in. Then finally, this peg will be going into the fist to make a giant claw weapon, which is very cool. And for the combined mode configuration, just real quick. So get this undone. Get this undone. You'll just be taking these sections right here, and they will just plug right over these claws, which I kind of wish that they went at a better angle than, like that. And then this will just plug on right there. And that is your combined mode weapon. So to get this back into its quick configuration. So, don't mind me, just going to ramble a little bit. Okay, get this plugged back on. Now I do find it best to go ahead and have this thing grip it. You got these two race sections going into right there and there. So just go ahead and line that up. Then the claw will just kind of grip it. Plug it back onto his forearm. And there you go. There you have the claw weapon all ready to go. So, sorry, itchy nose. So I've got to raise up just a tad for the size comparison. So, yeah, pretty decent size. Now, you don't gain any articulation, you don't lose any articulation. Uh, well, kinda. The feet don't move back. They're, the swivel with a slight upward movement, so that's the only loss you get. You don't get any rotation, but other than that, it's the exact same articulation, so that is very nice. So overall, I do highly, if you're going to get one set, um, if you want an inexpensive set, get just this train. Phenomenal, really solid. If you've got just a little bit more money to spend, get him with his vehicle of sorts. Honestly, if you've got even more to spend, Dr. Yellow's better. I don't know. This guy's a very close second to Dr. Yellow. Dr. Yellow is just awesome, but this guy for just this is awesome. I love this claw weapon. It is such a unique thing. Most of them, it's like, oh yeah, just plug stuff onto the feet, these sections, or the remold of the whatever this is supposed to be was, oh yeah, just plug it onto the back. So it integrates even the combined mode weapon or the combined mode stuff, which is awesome. You don't end up leaving it plugged onto the forearm or plugged onto the back. Just overall amazing. So yeah. As of this recording, some of it, like the 2-pack, is sold out on HobbyLink. You might want to check your, local Japan websites for other stuff for this. Amazon Japan, basically, if it's in stock anywhere, I'll have links in the description, at least for the time of the posting of the video. So, yeah. But I think that is about it. So don't forget to like, subscribe, all the fun stuff, and stay tuned for more video reviews.